Jack Atlas support on the 25th of December. I couldn't ask for a happier present, or a present that makes me happier, from Konami. So they've come up with Shark support and Jack Atlas support, which is actually very, very good. So without further ado, let's get into some of the cards. Jack is getting 4 new cards and Shark is getting 5 new cards. So hopefully they're waiting and going to reveal one of Jack's, maybe a boss monster or something later on. But let's get into the cards. So the first card we have is Red Familiar. This card is obviously reminiscent of his duel to get Scar. It was Red Nova Dragon, but I think it was called Scar Red Nova Dragon. And this thing was like that without armor, but it was a duelist. So that's where the thing comes out for this card. Also, I think he actually has a fire monster in the manga that could be coming out still, but yeah. So this is a Dark Fiend effect, level 4, 1600 attack. You can only use the first and second effect once per turn. So you contribute 1 Fiend monster, obviously including himself, and then target a Dark Dragon Synchro monster in your graveyard, special summon it in defense position, but negate its effects. The only downside is negating its effects, obviously. You can banish this card from the graveyard and target 1 Dark Dragon Synchro monster you control and declare level 1 to 8, and that monster becomes 11 to the end of the turn. Right, okay, so I understand where they're going with this. Basically, the way, for those of you who don't know, Red Dragon works is it's very, very easy to summon Red Dragon Archfiend, and then it's a little bit more difficult to upgrade him. So you can upgrade him into like Abyss, into Bane, into Tyrant, into Red Nova Dragon, into King Calamity, all those kind of things. And maybe it's kind of dependent, if you have the wrong resonators in your hand, it's a little bit more difficult. So this thing is just to make it that little bit easier, and you can use it nearly straight away. So I understand this sadly is not a good card because it doesn't special summon itself, and all of the rest of them do kind of special summon themselves, all the good ones anyway. So this one is kind of not great. I love the artwork though, but yeah, that's all I can kind of say about that. The next one is amazing. This is Crimson Resonator. So we need another level 2. We only have Force Resonator, the only other level 2 monster. And this one is to kind of look a lot like a mixture of Red Resonator and Dark Resonator, which it's just perfect for the deck. So this one is Crimson Resonator. So the Dark Fiend Tuner, level 2, 800, 300. So it means in Resonators, people, they won't probably have to run level 3s anymore. Maybe Creation, but they won't have to run 3s because you're going to have 2 very good level 2s, and all the ones will be able to special summon themselves pretty much. So the level 2, 800 attack, 200 defense. You're going to use the first and second effect once per turn each. You cannot special monsters from the extra deck during the turn you activate either of this card's effect, except Dark Dragon Synchro monsters, which is fine, especially if we're going to run only this card. Obviously, it's not going to be generic in any other Synchro deck, but I don't mind that. If you control no monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. A reoccurring theme with all of Jack's cards has this, except for normally it's the big monsters, not the small resonators. And then if the only other monster you control is exactly 1 Dark Dragon Synchro monster, you can special summon 2 resonator monsters from your hand and or deck, except Crimson Resonator. So the only thing I'll say about this is, if you have a level 4, let's say if you do have these 2 cards in your hand, or any other level 4 Fiend, whatever, because they all kind of, that's the way his deck runs. You can basically either special summon him or normal summon him and special summon a level 4 Fiend or whatever. Just have 2 of these guys in the field, so you can go for Red Rising Dragon. And then Red Rising Dragon can special summon Crimson Resonator, this card here, back from the graveyard. Then you can activate his effect to special summon 2 more Resonators, and you can basically go into any single Resonate or any single Red Dragon boss monster pretty much. Because if you think about, if you go into this, if you use this in Red Resonator, you have your, what's it called, Red Dragon Archfiend, or Red Dragon Archfiend Scarlight, or Hot Red Dragon Archfiend, whatever you want. And then the 2 that you special summon, you can special summon 2 Red Resonators if you want. That's 2 more level 2s, and you can go into Scar Red Nova Dragon, go King Calamity, or you can go for Red Resonator on a level 1, so you can go for Bane, and then you can tribute the other one for Scarlight back or something. You know, so there's plenty you can do. Or you can go for that brand new one with using a 2/2/2 and go into the brand new Scar Red Nova Dragon, whatever it's called. So you can pretty much go into any boss monster with just this card and a level 4 monster, which is insane and very, very good. And the deck kind of needed it, I suppose. The next card is reminiscent of, I'll just do the artwork first. It's reminiscent of all of Jack's cards he used in the anime. Well, not all of them, but It has Mad Archfiend, Crimson Ogre I think it's called, and Vice something, I can't remember the guy in the right, and then Dark Resonator on the top there. So it's a quick play spell. Command Resonator is called. You can only activate one of the card once per turn. Discard one Resonator monster, add one level 4 Lord Fiend monster from your deck to your hand. So this is kind of cool. You can run some sort of build where you'll have 3 of this, 3 Resonator Call and a lot of Resonator monsters, and then only have to run a few Fiend monsters, and then you could, you know, get rid of the Resonators in the graveyard, which gets some benefits, especially with like Red Nova Dragon, who gains 500, and Scar Red Nova Dragon, who gains 500 for Resonators in the graveyard. And then also you have like Red Rising Dragon, who if there's 2 level 1 Resonators in the graveyard, you can banish him and special summon 2 of those. So kind of, I can see where they're coming from if you want to run less Fiends and more of this, and hope to activate this to search out your Fiends. Then we have Red Rain, which is the last card for the video. So this one, obviously, it's reminiscent of Red Nova Dragon's special ability, or is it just his attack or something? So this one's called Red Rain anyway, and this one is a normal trap card. You can only use a second effect once per turn. So if you control a level 8 or higher synchro monster, banish as many monsters as possible, except the monster with the highest level. And if you do face up monsters on the field that were not banished by this effect are unaffected by card effects this turn except their own. So basically this is going off the brand new card effect without having the monster. So Scar Red Nova Dragon basically does this with its own effect if your opponent activates a card. And then if a Dark Dragon Synchro monster is synchro summoned to your field while this card is in your graveyard, you can add this card to your hand so you can activate it all over again. So not the best of card. I like the Command Resonator. I really love Crimson Resonator, and sadly Red Familiar could be a little bit better. But hopefully, because there's only 4 cards, there will be another one out. They might reveal it at the end. It might be a boss monster. It might be something like another level 4 Fiend is what we need. We don't need any more boss monsters, not really. But yeah, hope you liked the video, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Have a brilliant Christmas, and thanks for watching. And check out the shark video as well I'm about to do.